Rachel and Kirsty were keen to help. "You will have to be fairy-sized," Shannon said. "Quick, get out of sight." Rachel and Kirsty ducked swiftly behind the machine, where one flick of Shannon's wand transformed them into little fairies, complete with glittering wings. Once again, Shannon conjured up magic bubbles to enable the dolls to breathe underwater. "Let's go, dolls," Shannon said, flying off towards the end of the pier. Rachel and Kirsty whisked after her. Nightfall is already being disrupted in parts of the world because the Twilight Pearl is missing, Shannon explained as they flew. "Last night darkness did not fall at the South Pole. Luckily, one of the penguins noticed. There aren't any people living at the South Pole, are there?" asked Rachel. "No, there isn't," Shannon replied. "So no humans have noticed the disruption yet. But if the Twilight Pole isn't restored to its proper place soon, there will be nighttime chaos everywhere." "Where are the goblins with the Twilight Pearl?" Kirsty asked. "I think they are underwater somewhere near here," Shannon replied. "The presence of the Twilight Pearl is causing darkness to fall near the entrance to Learmouth Harbor." "So that's why it's so dark," Rachel said, as they reached the end of the pier. "We thought there was a storm coming." "Follow me," Shannon called, as she plunged downwards into the sparkling blue sea. Rachel and Kirsty dived beneath the waves after her. As they sank deeper, the sun filtered down through the water, lighting up the golden seabed and rippling fronds of seaweed. The shoal of silvery fish flitted past them, and the dolls grinned in delight. "This way," Shannon said, darting through the greeny blue water. Rachel and Kirsty followed until Shannon stopped and turned to them. "Look, dolls," she said. "Can you see how the color of the sea is changing?" Rachel and Kirsty gazed ahead of them. Sure enough, the greeny blue color of the water was deepening to a dark indigo. "This is the effect of the Twilight Pearl," Shannon explained. "It is becoming nighttime everywhere." She tapped her wand lightly on her hand, caught a sparkle as it fell, and then fixed it to the tip of her wand, where it glowed brightly. "We'll use this to light our way. I just hope the goblins do not spot us coming." Shannon swam off more slowly this time, with Kirsty and Rachel close behind her. But although Shannon's glowing wand helped a little, the waters around them was steadily growing darker and darker. Kirsty wondered how they were ever going to find the goblins and the Twilight Pearl in the ever-increasing gloom. Suddenly Shannon stopped again, tipping her head to one side and listening. "We need the Narwhals again," she said, looking determined. "Wait here, and I'll be back in 2 shakes of a fishtail." And she shot off into the darkness. Rachel and Kirsty waited hopefully. Seconds later, Shannon came back. "Here they come," she announced, holding up her lighted wand. Rachel and Kirsty gasped as behind Shannon they saw the Narwhals up close for the first time. "They are so beautiful," whispered Rachel. The Narwhals swam around the fairies, squeaking and clicking in greeting, glimmering beams of light shining out of their tusks. "The Narwhals know the ocean better than anyone else," Shannon explained. "They are going to take us to the goblins." She waved her sparkling wand, and they have offered to let us ride on their backs. "So we'll get there even more quickly." "That is fantastic," Rachel exclaimed. I cannot believe it. Rachel Trusty breathed as one narwhal swam over to her and squeaked, inviting her to climb aboard. Trusty clambered carefully on its sleek back as Rachel and Shannon jumped onto their own narwhals. Make sure you hold on tight, Shannon called, grabbing onto her narwhal. When a narwhal swims fast, it is really fast. I see what you mean, Trusty gasped as her narwhal took off like a rocket, chattering happily to each other. The other narwhals followed. Rachel and Trusty hung on tightly as they zipped through the darkening seas. This is fun, Rachel called. Woohoo, she cheered as her narwhal leapt out of the water and glided through the air in a perfect arc before plunging beneath the waves again. Soon it was so dark underwater that Shannon and the girls could hardly even see each other. But the narwhals are still sure of where they were going. So neither Rachel nor Kirsty felt scared. Suddenly the narwhals began to slow down. In the darkness, the girls could hear voices ahead. They exchanged a knowing glance. Goblins, whispered Kirsty.